Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back. We are into the final interview for this morning. It is exactly 9:52 a.m. and it is Women's Month. We are celebrating women in media. Alhamdulillah. And one of those very dynamic, powerful women in media is none other than Nontobeko Aisha Mkhwanazi. She is a journalist at Muslim Views newspaper. Assalamu alaikum to you, dear Sister Aisha. Welcome.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And thank you very much for having me.
Lovely to have you here. So, how long have you been with Muslim Views?
This is my second year.
Okay. And prior to being with Muslim Views, is this a space you've always wanted to be in the media? I see, Alhamdulillah, you're currently studying a BA in Islamic Studies and Arabic at the International Peace College of South Africa. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, may you, gain a lot of success and wisdom by doing this cause, inshallah. But when we look at media and journalism, is this the space you've always aspired to be in?
Very much so. So basically, growing up, I've always aspired to be on the media because growing up, I didn't have the role models within the media. So I grew up in Soweto. And in Soweto, I remember when I first started wearing my hijab. And it was a struggle because I was looked at as a foreign or an alien, in that space because there's not much of Muslims. So for me, it was like being in media would allow me to write the stories, to explain Islam to people, and to write stories that inspire change.
Since you've joined the media, being with Muslim Views, do you find that the people in your neighborhood are beginning to change their minds and look at you and Islam differently? And I'm hoping that you also give them copies of the Muslim Views newspaper.
Definitely. So we must remember that the first word revealed in the Quran to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was Ikra. Now,
Mm.
Ikra is a broad concept, right? It means to read. Now, you cannot read what is not written. So for me, it's a matter of if people are able to read, it means that they're able to read about things that are happening around society, which will ultimately mean that they will then be inspired to change. Now, as much as my community has not changed that much, but they've changed how they view Muslims, particularly women, because there's the stigma that Muslim women are voiceless. But seeing that I'm a young aspiring journalist and I'm out there writing stories about my community, writing stories about everything that is happening, to them it's like, okay, this whole myth, it's just a myth. It just exists as a myth.
Wow, wow, you are doing some amazing work. I'm hearing how you're addressing the issues around dawah. Have you directly been involved in someone embracing Islam through your work?
Yes, I've had quite a few people inquiring about Islam, and that gave me a platform to actually explain Islam and what it is. And for me, that's the little change I'm able to bring in society. Although not all of them have accepted Islam, but again, we must remember that accepting Islam is hidayah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forever guide and protect you, and may you carry on this amazing work. Tell me about the type of stories that you write for Muslim Views, and perhaps one or two stories that really challenged you, and for you personally believe that it's one of the stories that will forever remain in your heart.
Um, for me, one story that really stands out for me is a story that I wrote about a lady who reverted to Islam because she was a Sangoma. And then through that, she was able to revert to Islam because her ancestors told us so. So now it's most people don't actually speak about these things, but they do happen, especially in the Black Muslim community, where you find uh, the Sangoma talk and everything. So addressing that issue, being able to speak about it, opened up a platform where I'd also explain to not only Muslims but also non-Muslims that these things do happen, and when they do happen, there's a way to address them within Islam.
Subhanallah. I know that you are currently studying a BA in Islamic Studies. Uh, Once you've got that under your belt, what do you kind of want to do in the future? Are you planning in probably, other avenues and other platforms in media? Are you pursuing those opportunities?
Definitely. I plan on growing as a young Muslim journalist. Because for me, that's a place where, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you a gift, I have a gift of writing, and I want to use that gift to give back to the community, to inspire change. So definitely, I plan on growing as a young Muslim journalist.
Inshallah, Ameen. We need to talk with you more here on Salam Media to inspire other people wanting to get into the space. You've spoken to me mainly from the position of a young Black Muslim journalist based in Soweto. Let's look at the broader community. How do you see yourself fitting into journalism when we look at beyond Soweto and beyond the Muslim community? Do you see yourself easing into that space? And do you have hopes of getting into mainstream media at some point in your life?
Definitely. Firstly, I'm currently based in Cape Town,
Ah,
and firstly, for me, that's also an achievement in itself because from being just a young Black Muslim in Soweto to finding myself in Cape Town, where there's rich history in Islam, where Islam is strong, and I'm not just here just because I love Cape Town, but I'm here to seek the knowledge of Allah. Now, in seeking the knowledge, I aim to incorporate it with media in a way that if I do find myself in mainstream media, I'll be able to go there and shed some light on what Islam says on specific topics, on basically every topic. So that will also allow me to not only spread Islam, but to also highlight issues that exist, globally or even, you know, to all Muslims.
you have big dreams, and inshallah, they all do realize over time. But what are the challenges that you've had to overcome up to now? Your challenges in, attaining the space in media and being a journalist at Muslim Views newspaper.
Alhamdulillah, I haven't experienced much challenges, mainly because the environment in which Muslim Views is. Muslim Views has given me that platform to be comfortable, to be able to grow as a young Muslim. And not only that, but I feel like prior to that, I was in other institutions, such as Radio Al Ansar and other Al Qalam. So for me, the challenges that I experienced were mainly due to the fact that I would go to events and because I'm young and I'm a black female, so I would often get shunned off, especially when I have to interview people. There will be always that barrier of, oh, you're black and you're female. So I would feel that. But Alhamdulillah, I'm at a space now where I'm like, yes, to some people it might come as a shock, and to some it might feel uncomfortable. But my job is to then make them feel comfortable and acknowledge that my job and my role in society is very important. So getting their voice, interviewing them, is also an integral part of me giving back to society.
You go, girl. You're on the right track. I admire you. We accolade you as our women in media today. That, of course, is the young upcoming journalist at Muslim Views newspaper, Nontobeko Aisha Mkhwanazi. What a pleasure talking with you. And I do hope we'll have many more conversations in the future. Go well. Allah be with you. And salamu alaikum to you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for having me, and may you continue the good job that you do.
Alhamdulillah, the pleasure was mine. Trust me, the pleasure was mine. Having you on the show this morning. Keep us in your duas. It is exactly 2 after 10 o'clock sign off time. A big shout out to you, Nasrin Naidu, our content producer, and Abdul Salam, our technical producer. I'll be off now and see you guys bright and early on Monday morning next week. Take care on the roads. Assalamu alaikum and Khudafiz from me, Julie Ali.
Rejuvenating Media Day